Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name again is Jeffrey Davis. I'm the host of the show. At least that's what they tell me. And we're having a great time. And the studio was filled today. They did a great job. Let me just tell you, to my left, flanking me, is one of my favorite co-hosts, John Dustin. Hi, John.
Hey, Jeff. Thank you for having me back.
Good. I don't have to thank you. You're always welcome in our studios. And John is, again, the CEO of JED Insurance. I'm sure you're getting a lot of calls with the election.
Believe it or not, Jeff, I think more investment people receive calls than we did.
I know a lot of people who are in the health insurance business who are scrambling right now, too.
You're not going to see, and I can't predict, but I don't think you're going to see a major reform right away. I think it'll be status quo for a little bit, although it is a crisis already, so we'll have to see.
I don't know. The Republican leaders, not our new president-elect, has said that's where they want to go first, right to Obamacare. So it'll be interesting. But our guest, someone I know you know well, and I know you respect this person a lot. I'm going to be very careful what I say. I don't want to get in trouble, but I usually like to act up when I'm on radio, is Megan Taylor, CEO, founder, I assume, of the Taylor HR Group. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to you, too.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. And thanks very much for having me.
Great. Megan, you came with a real reputation. John has said wonderful things about you and the work that you do. So why don't you tell our listeners, so that we don't have to have John explain you, what you do?
Well, Taylor HR Group provides outsourced HR services to small and growing companies, organizations that may not have a regular full-time HR resource or even part-time resource. And so we provide services to get them set up with their HR function, if they don't have one already, and then provide ongoing HR resources as they grow and or have issues, as is wont to happen with employees and other situations that arise. So we're an outsourced service that comes in on an as-needed basis.
Jeff, one of the things you may not know about Megan, she has a pretty interesting operational background in legal education, which affords her the ability to go into multiple audiences. Megan, why don't you explain a little bit about your history and how you got to where you're at?
Well, the first part of my career was as a traditional lawyer practicing law, and it took me probably way too long to figure out that it was not a good fit for me. And I then became in-house counsel to a very small software company that had been sent west from the UK to sell software in America. And as they grew, they did not, because of their background, have a full understanding of what it meant to have HR issues and employees in the United States. So I took on that role at the company and became not only their in-house counsel, but their HR director. And they had offices around the world with all kinds of very interesting problems that developed. And so it was a great experience, not only from the legal side, but also from the HR side, to deal with complex global HR issues, as well as more routine, what are we going to do with the guy down the hall kind of question. And so I thought that experience would be beneficial to other small companies, and so I've taken that experience as a boots on the ground HR director, and also my background as an attorney, to really help small companies deal with compliance, employee issues, and other complex benefits, wage issues, and all sorts of things that happen in the workplace. We all know that strange and crazy things happen in the workplace once you have employees.
As long as you have people,
As long as you have people, things can happen. And so I think often employers are not prepared for these kinds of situations or know how to handle them when they arise.